Hello everyone. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of you on my today's discussion. My topic of today's discussion is Basics of Spectroscopy. Myself, Dr. Priyadarshini. I am working as an assistant professor at Faculty of Pharmacy, BN University, Udaipur, Rajasthan. This video I have prepared for my students and for you all. And if you found it beneficial, please like my video and do not forget to subscribe my channel. The learner's objective of today's topic are Introduction to Spectroscopy, Properties of Electromagnetic Radiation, Types of Spectroscopy, Regions of Electromagnetic Spectrum. Point number 1, Introduction to Spectroscopy. Here, the word spectroscopy means science and practice that uses radiation to obtain the information of structure and properties of matter. Or you can also say it as spectroscopy is a branch of science that is concerned with the investigation and measurement of the spectra, and that spectra is been produced when the matter is interacted with electromagnetic radiation. Or we can also say that the spectra is produced when the matter emits electromagnetic radiation over here. Or it can be also detailedly explained like spectroscopy is a measurement and interpretation of what electromagnetic radiation which can be absorbed or emitted whenever the atoms, molecules or ions of a sample moves from one energy state to another energy state. Now here whenever I say it, the sample it moves from one energy state to another energy state means what? See, the change may be taken place from ground state to excited state and from excited state to ground state. Whenever the sample at ground state is there, the energy of a molecule is the sum of total rotational, vibrational and electronic energies. Or you can say that the sample which contains the energy that can be due to electronic, rotational and vibrational forces. Or we can also say that spectroscopy is a measurement of the change of samples rotational, vibrational and electronic energies which can be achieved in a proper ratio, like rotational energy is to vibrational energy is to electronic energy in the ratio of 1 is to 100 is to 10,000. See, whenever the electromagnetic radiation travels through a medium which contains atoms, molecules or ions, any of the following changes can be taken place. Like first is intensity of emergent light, that is IT, is equals to intensity of incident light, that means which is I0, that is IT is equals to I0. If this condition is over there, there is no change in energy, that is no change in energy takes place, and whenever there is no change in energy there cannot be obtained any kind of information of the molecule, that is hence though no information of molecule can be derived over here. But in the second case, what happened? Reflection, refraction or scattering of light by the particles is achieved. Here some sort of the information of the molecule samples can be achieved by utilizing the advanced spectroscopic technique like nephelometry or turbidometry. And in the third case, it can be happen like intensity of emergent light is less than intensity of incident light over here. Now here whenever intensity of emergent light is more, there is an absorption of energy, and whenever there is an absorption of energy, some sort of information of the molecules can be derived. So here the sample information can be properly achieved over here by utilizing the spectroscopic technique. Next is the most important thing in the spectroscopy is electromagnetic radiation over here. So point number 2 is the properties of electromagnetic radiation. Now see, whenever the electromagnetic radiations are being utilized, an electromagnetic radiation is said to have this dual nature which exhibits both wave characteristics as well as particle characteristics. First point is wave properties of electromagnetic radiation, or it can be also called as wave model. See here, an electromagnetic radiation is an alternating electrical and associated magnetic forces which is filled in a space. An electromagnetic wave has an electrical component as well as a magnetic component over here, and two different components oscillate in a plane which is perpendicular to each other, and this wave model represent this sinusoidal wave traveling in a space with an oscillating electrical field and perpendicular to the magnetic field. Here electrical field which is considered or used in the most spectroscopic methods, except only NMR is there. Now here this diagram which is having wavelength and amplitude, that I'll be discussing you in detail. See here, the electromagnetic wave has the characteristics of following parameters like amplitude, wavelength, and else goes on. See, amplitude means what? Here the height of waves is studied over here. This height of wave electrical vector is known as amplitude. In this diagram I have given you this arrow. These are nothing but the amplitudes over here. Second is wavelength. Now wavelength means what? It is the distance between two successive maxima of electromagnetic waves. This here and here, this two successive maxima in an electromagnetic wave is known as wavelength over here, and it can be measured in nanometers, centimeters and meters from peak to peak. Third model is frequency. The number of wavelength in a given unit from a given point is known as frequency over here. It is denoted by n, or it can be utilized or expressed in the cycles per second or hertz. Okay, that means the number of cycles or oscillations per second, that is hertz, and 1 hertz equals to 1 cycle second inverse. And third, next is velocity of propagation. Here velocity is the product of wavelength and frequency over here, and is equal to the velocity of the wave which is in the medium and the rate through which it has been traveled, okay, in space. And depending upon the composition over here, it has been measured as a velocity, and that can be categorized into two types, that is maximum velocity and slower in other media. Whenever it is in a maximum velocity, the speed of light in vacuum has been denoted, and whenever there is a slower in other media, that is slower in air, is it has been studied properly. Next is second characteristic, that is particle characteristic, or it can be also called as particle model over here. In particle model, electromagnetic radiation, which consists of a stream discrete particles of pure energy, which is called as photons or quanta, and they have a definite energy which travels in a direction of radiation beam, velocity equal to the light over here, and the energy of photons is proportional to the frequency of radiation, and which is given by the equation like E is directly proportional to V, or E equals to HV. Since whenever we talk as E equals to HV, since V equals to C upon lambda, and that can be further derived like E is equals to HC upon lambda, where E is the energy of photons, and this energy of photons is studied in ergs, and H is known as Planck's constant, V is frequency, lambda is the wavelength, and C is known as velocity over here. Next is second point of our discussion, that is types of spectroscopy. These types of spectroscopy is broadly categorized into three categories, that is atomic or molecular level, absorption or emission energy, electronic or magnetic. First is atomic or molecular level, and in that first again is a atomic spectroscopy. See, whenever there is change in the energy takes place only at the atomic level, it is known as atomic spectroscopy. And what are the advanced techniques? That is atomic absorption spectroscopy, flame photometry can be utilized over here to study the atomic level studies. And whenever second category, that is molecular spectroscopy, whenever the change in energy which is taken place at a molecular level of a sample, and that can be studied properly by utilizing the UV spectroscopy, IR, colorimetry, fluorometry, that is molecular spectroscopy. B point is absorption or emission of energy. See, in case of absorption spectroscopy, where the absorption of radiations are studied, whenever the radiations are passed on a sample and that radiations, whichever which is passed on the sample, undergoes from one state to another state, that can be any that I have already explained you. It can be from ground state to excited state and excited state to ground state. The sample can be properly studied, and that is known as your absorption spectroscopy. And this absorption spectroscopy can be studied by the advanced spectroscopic technique like UV spectroscopy, colorimetry, IR, NMR, and atomic absorption spectroscopy. And second is emission spectroscopy, where the emission of radiations are studied on a sample, and that can be properly analyzed by utilizing the advanced instrument like flame photometry, fluorometry. Point number 6 is electronic and magnetic level. Electronic spectroscopy. Here, the study is done by using the electromagnetic radiation under the electronic field over here. So it has been called as electronic spectroscopy. Magnetic spectroscopy, where the study is done using electromagnetic radiation under the influence of magnetic field over here. So it has been called as magnetic spectroscopy. When an electromagnetic radiation is passed on a molecule, following changes are being taken place over here. That is common spectroscopic methods, which is based on the electromagnetic radiation, which starts with the cosmic rays, which is having a wavelength of 10 raised to minus 9 nanometers. And next is the gamma ray emission, which is having wavelength range of 0.05 to 1.4 angstrom. And the changes takes place within the atomic level, that is nuclear over here. Then X-ray absorption, emission, fluorescence, and diffraction. Here the wavelength range is 0.1 to 100 angstrom, and the changes which has been taken place, it is in the inner electron, that is in inner electrons where K and L shell, the changes are been taken place over here. Next is vacuum ultraviolet absorption. In case of vacuum ultraviolet absorption, the wavelength range is 10 to 180 nanometers, and here the valency of electrons has been changed. Here the changes has been possible in the valency of electron, that is bonding electrons in vacuum ultraviolet absorption as well as UV. Next is the UV visible absorption, emission, fluorescence, where the nanometers wavelength range is in the nanometers, which is from 180 to 780 nanometers. Okay, where the valence electron change has been taken place, that is bonding electron. Then infrared absorption and Raman scattering. Here the range is in millimeters, that is 0.78 to 300. And here the rotational vibration of the molecules has been taken place over here, same as that of microwave absorption. Again it has been in the millimeters, that is 0.75 to 3.75. And the rotation of molecules, the changes has been taken place over here. Electronic spin resonance. In case of electronic spin resonance, the wavelength range is 3 centimeter, where the spin of electrons is been studied in a magnetic field. And next is nuclear magnetic resonance, that is 0.6 to 10 m, and the spin of nuclei in a magnetic field is properly been studied over here. This entire range can be properly studied whenever the electromagnetic radiations are passed in the molecule or sample that has to be analyzed by using the advanced spectroscopic techniques. This was all about spectroscopy. Thank you very much. And if you have any doubt or query, please write in the comment box. As soon as I'll see your any query or question, I'll get back to you as early as possible. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot.